So Fresh and Fit went on Valuetainment and had a nice little debate with a bunch of women, one of them being Melina, Destiny's girlfriend, and they spoke about the importance of men or women having experience in relationships and sexual relationships. And I severely disagree with Destiny's girlfriend on this. I think she's tweaking. Like, I think she's extremely wrong on this. So we're gonna look at this and see what she said. We're gonna go over what she said because I was low key like arguing with myself and shit over this. Let's look at it.
Let me ask you this: for a relationship to last, who has to be more sexually experienced in a relationship, the man or the woman?
Man.
Okay, raise the hands if you think the man needs to be more sexually experienced for the relationship to work. Raise the hands nice and high. I want to see what the...
Gee, that's basically most of the chicks. That's most of them things, bro. Most of the chicks. Basically, might as well be. Melina not gonna agree with shit. You can already look at Melina, bro. She just like, bro. Look at this battle face. Look at this shit. She not gonna agree with none Myron talk about. Myron be talking about the sky is blue. You can't see the air. My skin is brown. All type. Myron can say all type of shit that we all can see. Melina ain't gonna fuck with it. Facts. She not letting Myron take no W's.
Okay, so that's the majority. Now, just out of curiosity, who thinks the woman needs to be more sexually experienced for the relationship to work? Raise the hands. Nobody?
Nobody?
That's why you need to fuck 50 bitches. People think I'm just over here. People think I'm just over here being a dickhead or being a misogynist, whatever. By their own answers, the average girl has a high body count. By their own accord, the man needs to be more sexually experienced. So it is what it is.
But
I'm telling you guys to acclimate to the current sexual marketplace.
Right? But we care.
Can I just finish my sentence real fast?
I mean, it's the facts though. Like, it's Myron is spitting facts so far. He's definitely spitting facts so far. You definitely, as a young man today, and I'm not really with the red pill shit entirely. I take some red pill content in, absorb some of the information. Some information I leave out. But I do believe that as a young man today, like, you can't afford to be getting into committed relationships if you don't have any experience at all. Like, I would highly recommend that most young men live their lives, chill out, don't get yourself too involved or invested in another person too soon, because you're probably much more inexperienced in comparison to your female partner. It's just the facts.
We're wrapping up. You need to acclimate to the current sexual marketplace, guys.
By the way, if that wasn't a drop the mic moment, I don't know what was.
Go ahead.
It doesn't seem like a lot of men care about it, right? A lot of men don't care about women being good in bed at all.
But women care about men being good in bed. That's the point.
But it's only because men care about the status of fucking women. That's what it is. And the status.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Let's replay what she just said.
But it's only because men care about the status of fucking women. That's what it is. And the status.
It's like, here's the one thing that I really, really don't like about, and this is the problem. This is one of the issues this is the weakness of many women that debate Fresh and Fit. Y'all gotta stop thinking from a feminine perspective. You gotta be able to release your female perspective and think from the perspective of a man. This is the advantage that a lot of red pill dudes have over women. They're willing to look aside from their own perspective and say, you know what? I may not care about this, but women do. So let me adjust my life to what they like. I may not care about this, but she does. Let me adjust my life to what she likes so I can bring this woman, I can attract this woman into my life. These chicks that debate Fresh and Fit, they refuse to think from the male perspective. Men don't care about how many people you've slept with. Men would prefer if you've slept with nobody. It's not a matter of, oh, I slept with X amount of girls. That's why I prefer to have the experience for her not to. That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. It's not about being able to brag about how many girls you've been with. And to be honest, no one likes that guy who's constantly bragging about how many girls he gets. We would usually prefer to see it, not hear it. It can be very, very annoying over a long period of time to hear somebody constantly brag about how many bitches they get. Oh, I get hoes. The reality is that men don't care about the sexual experience of their woman. They don't care. It's not a matter of being able to brag about how many girls I've been with, but she ain't been with nobody because I'm just that nigga. Like, no. Men are just, for the most part, turned off by the idea of their girl having a whole bunch of sexual experience. Point being this. Look at social media, right? When women post their boyfriends on social media, this is part of the reason why a lot of y'all chicks refuse to post your boyfriends on social media. When women post their boyfriends on social media, what tends to happen? What tends to happen? The followers start to disappear. The likes start to disappear. The hearts, the heart emojis, all of that stuff, all the little compliments in the comment section starts to disappear because you posted your man. These men are on a biological level repulsed by the fact that you are visibly, clearly taking. You're in a relationship, clear as day. So you lose the sexual attention of men because they see that you are another man's girl. That's how this works. In contrast, though, and you can look this up in particular, when men post the fact that they have a girlfriend on social media, when men have a wedding ring on, when men show that they have been selected and chosen by a woman, and don't let that woman be attractive now. Because if she's attractive, we really start to see this shit start to play out. Let a man show off his girlfriend on social media, what starts to magically happen? The inverse of what happens to women. These men all of a sudden start getting more DMs, more messages. Hey, how you doing? We should really go get coffee sometime. Women who would have never given you the time of day. Chicks who would have never given your ass the time of day now all of a sudden want to see you. Now all of a sudden it's time for us to go get coffee. Now all of a sudden let's catch up and talk. Now all of a sudden it's time to spend time together because you see me in the presence of a beautiful woman who has chosen to be in a relationship with me. Now I'm all of a sudden of value to you. The reality is that the reason why women prefer a man having sexual experience is because it shows that you have been pre-selected. It shows that other women have deemed you worthy to reproduce with. That is why women find a man's sexual history being complete and full as attractive, whereas men do not care about how sexually experienced a woman is and would prefer if she wasn't sexually experienced because we don't find the fact that you've been with X amount of dudes to be appealing.
It's 19. I actually looked it up before the show.
You just gotta focus on what you want to get.
I don't even think that men really do like
advice
sex.
from
I think
men.
it's just nice to say that you've fucked a lot of people. That's what it seems like only men care about. Absolutely. Because you would rather pick a girl
moderators.
that
Don't you and your husband fuck everybody
with no sexual
openly,
experience at all.
And see, my point again, she can't think from a male perspective. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand that when a man is looking at a woman, he's not thinking, man, I wonder if she can give me the Gawk 9000. Because we know what that means. I'm not saying guys don't like the idea of getting the Gawk 3000, Gawk 9. I'm not saying dudes aren't interested in that. But most guys understand what that means if she's really good at giving head. It means she's probably promiscuous, which for the long term is a turnoff. It's a turnoff for long-term relationships. It's a turnoff. Men aren't thinking about that when they see a woman. They're busy looking at the physical, their body, their face. That's what men are thinking of when they're looking at a woman. That's what we're obsessed with. That's what we're thinking about 24/7. Not about, oh man, I hope she's really good at fucking and sucking. No. What could you possibly do? Let me guess, you're gonna do like a 360 backflip on the, like, what are you gonna do? What kind of special trick, what kind of circus tricks are you gonna do during sex that's gonna make all that you took so much more worth it in the end for us in this relationship? You're probably not going to do anything particularly interesting. Let's just keep it 100. Sex is just not that, like, what could you possibly do? Most dudes ain't worried about that. They're not worried about you giving the Gawk 3 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the grand prize. That's not the Ark of the Covenant. That's not the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is your body. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But the Holy Grail is not this, like, oh my God, I hope she's so good at sex. I hope she's had sex with like 30, 40 dudes. Like, that's not appealing. Women find pre-selection attractive. Men don't. And it's crazy how Melina's sitting there saying, like, you guys must not like sex. Now, what if we were to flip that the other way around? What if we were to sit there and say, well, because women are notorious for chasing the star football and basketball players in college and high school, they must not like sex because they only want to be with the top 1% of guys. They must not like sex. They must not like sex. You only want to be with the top 1% of dudes. You must not like sex. Like, what? Like, you have to be, this is the weakness of her argument. You have to be able to relinquish the fact that you are a woman for just 1 second and realize that men find different shit attractive from you.
It's very simple.
Eric.
Since the beginning of time, men have preferred virgins.
Andres.
I don't make the rules. I
Kind of
just report
boring,
them.
isn't it?
Where's Eric?
No, what that means is that men prefer women that.
But that means you don't like sex.
Like
You don't
sex-
like sex in that case. You only like the status of having sex with a lot of people.
No, you can train her.
She's a virgin, she's clearly not going to be that good, right?
But that's your job as the man to do what I said at the top of the show, coach her.
But why wouldn't you just have someone that's already good in bed?
She just can't comprehend it. She just can't comprehend it. She's so stuck in the woman's brain that she can't realize we don't care. Most dudes don't care. It doesn't even occur to us. Oh my God, I hope she's good in bed. Most of us sitting there, damn that ass, damn them titties, damn that face, damn her hair, damn. Like, no, like, bro, we're spending more time thinking about the physical appearance of the woman than whether she can do 360s on the dick, whether she can fucking do somersaults and moonsaults. Like, bro, like, that's just not how men think. That's a female perspective. Oh, I hope he's really, really experienced. Oh my God. Like, what are we talking about? This is the main reason why men omit the fact that they're a virgin. Men won't tell a chick that they're a virgin. Why won't they do that? Because women are turned off by the idea of their man not having been pre-selected. Oh, you're a virgin? That must mean no one likes you. On to the next. I'm not mad at women for doing that. I'm just saying that Melina has to be able to release that. Melina has to be able to realize, like, not everything Fresh and Fit is saying is bullshit. Like, you think all these men are just making it up when they sit there and talk about how much they don't like the idea that a girl is promiscuous? You think men are just making this shit up?
Why would you want someone that is like a fucking 10 out of 10 at blowjobs? Why wouldn't you pick that instead?
She just doesn't get it. If you're 10 out of 10 at blowjobs, you're probably promiscuous, and that is unattractive to men. And this is where Myron and Fresh gain the edge over Melina. She just can't think from a male perspective. Men are thinking more about that ass, which is like literally just a piece of flesh, than they are thinking about how good you are at giving blowjobs. Just keep it 1,000. Like, just keep it 100. Like, let's just be real. Like, it's just the facts. I wish there were studies to prove it, but any guy who's honest about how other guys think, like, this is just the truth. And my issue is that the women who argue with Fresh and Fit, their biggest struggle is being unable to realize that men think differently from women. The edge that a lot of red pill guys have is that they're willing to understand where women think, where women are thinking from. For example, I don't really give a shit about Instagram. I don't care about social media at all. I have one. I post decent pictures on there, but I really don't care. To be honest, if it were up to me, I wouldn't even have an Instagram. But I have one. Why? Not even because of my YouTube channel. Honest to God, I wouldn't even get social media. I don't give a fuck. YouTube channel be damned. If it were up to me, I wouldn't have one. But I care about getting women. So I have an Instagram. And I put certain pictures on there. It's carefully curated. It's a carefully curated social media page. For the most part. Why? Because women care about that. Women care. I put my social media on the YouTube videos. I put my Instagram on there. Why? So you guys can follow it. Why? Not just because I want my brand to grow, but also because when chicks see my social media, I want them to see that I got followers. Let's keep it 100. A lot of y'all gonna lie and sit there and say, I don't care about that shit. Nigga, stop. Let's just keep it 100. But if women didn't care about social media, I wouldn't invest shit in it. If it were up to me, my social media would just be Naruto and Sasuke and all type of bull. Like, bro, it would be a dweeb. You would have thought I was a fucking middle schooler. Skyrim, Naruto, Total War, all type of nerd shit. I'm telling you right now, if it were up to me, my Instagram would look like a fucking dweeb fest, nerd fest, geek fest, keeping it 100. Facts. But because women ain't into that shit, and I've learned my lesson many a times, I've adapted. These chicks, though, refuse to adapt to what men like. They refuse to sit there and say, you guys don't like the idea of a woman being promiscuous? Okay, well, even though I've been around, I won't talk about it. Instead, trying to just like force this narrative of you guys just don't like sex. No, it's not that men don't like sex. It's just that men don't like the idea of being with a partner that's promiscuous. Point blank, period.
I mean, you got 100+ men telling you here that they prefer women to have lower body
all of
counts.
them are delusional. I don't care about what they think. I care about what I think in my experiences.
How can you sit there and invalidate the perspective of like 50-something dudes in the crowd? We're talking about what men like, and we're supposed to ignore what these men like because you, a woman who's bisexual in an open marriage, no offense, respect, you're a hedonist according to yourself. So you're a hedonist, bisexual in an open marriage, and you're a woman. How on God's green earth could you possibly sit there and say that your perspective and opinion on what men like supersedes the opinion of all these dudes in the crowd? How is that even possible?
Probably fuck more women than most of these guys have in the audience, okay?
What the fuck?
She said she's fucked more women than these guys have in the audience. So earlier she said these guys just care about the status of fucking a bunch of girls. Then you go on to shame them and say fuck more girls than these guys ever have. Like, bro, Melina's not dumb. Melina's smart, but I ain't gonna lie, she got in this particular part of the. She's been had. Like, they got her ass. I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, Myron could have did a lot more damage to her right here. He could have really gone for the kill, debate-wise. I don't know why he didn't see the opportunity to go in for the kill shot, but it is what it is.
Hold on. I'll pose one question. Let me ask you a question. Would you say that in general most women prefer a man taller than themselves?
What do you say? Sorry.
Taller.
Would it be fair to say that in general women prefer a man taller than themselves?
Yeah, that's true.
Would it be fair to say that in general women prefer a man that makes more money than them?
I guess some, yeah.
In general, not yourself.
Be honest.
I mean, they want the man to make money, yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure how people really, like, how much they care about it.
Okay. Would it be
She's
fair to say that
yo,
women
Melina.
want a guy that is more confident and ambitious
Don't be
than
delusional.
themselves?
Yeah, those things, yes.
Okay. What if I said that women are delusional for these inherent standards?
I don't think it's delusional to have those standards.
Stop the show right there. I don't think it's delusional that they want women that have low body counts.
But why?
Hold
What
on,
is the
stop the
reason?
show.
The reason. The reason they want to have someone
Melina,
that
stop for 2
has
seconds.
a low body
Melina,
count.
stop for 2 seconds.
Can I finish it after?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Because this is the quintessential example of what I mean when I say female standards are respected and supposed to be adhered to, whereas male standards are considered delusional.
The only reason they want virgins is because they're really insecure that a dick might have been better than theirs.
Nobody said virgin.
That is it. That's true.
Insecure that the kid might not be theirs? How is that? Wait, hold up. That's insecurity? To want to make sure that your offspring are yours? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Melina, you went out bad, bruh. You went out sad. I'm gonna keep it 100. You went out sad. It's crazy how they're insecure because they want their offspring to be theirs. Who wants to look their father in the face and find out that that's not really their dad? Who wants to look their child in the face and find out that that's not really their child? The ultimate thing that Melina's mistake here, honest to God, was not realizing that you're a hedonist, you're in an open marriage, you're a woman, you're far left liberal, like you are so far removed from the average heterosexual man's way of thinking that you can't comprehend what the majority of dudes want in a relationship, which is why when Myron said most these guys don't want a chick that has a bunch of sexual experiences, you sit there and think that these men are doing it out of insecurity or because these guys want to be able to say that they had the status of fucking a bunch of girls, not realizing men just have an innate dislike of being with a woman that's been with everybody. It's a biological dislike. The same way, for some reason, women have a biological dislike when you show them your Instagram and you've only got 50 fucking followers. You're low status. It's a turnoff. It sucks. It sucks. But you can either adapt to the fact that women care about social status, or you can sit there and cry about it. You're just insecure because you just want to be able to be more accepted in society. You want your man to be popular so you can be accepted. Or you can sit there and realize women like what they like and adapt. And inverse, you got to realize men like what they like, so adapt. If men don't like promiscuity, but you're out there doing all this promiscuous shit, you should probably not say anything about it. Don't be too loud about it. Keep it to yourself. Go on about your life, live your life, be happy, but don't. The idea that men are wrong for not wanting a promiscuous partner is ridiculous. Sorry, but men aren't fantasizing about their girl having been with 30, 40 dudes. It's not an appealing thought. The appeal to sex is not from how experienced the woman is. The appeal to sex is about it's purely visual. And this is the problem for women that debate Fresh and Fit. Because Fresh and Fit aren't right about everything. And I'm not one of those red pill guys, but this is one of the situations where the women that debate Fresh and Fit are wrong. You have to be able to step out of your own way of thinking. I don't care about social status and social media, but women do. If I want to ignore that, then I'm just going to have a harder time getting women. I have to adapt to that. I don't care about how many partners my girl has been with, but women care about how many partners I've been with. So as a result, for me, I probably am not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, I haven't been with too many people in my life. I'm going to keep it to myself because I know that women are turned off by the idea of their man not having been selected by other women. You can either sit there and complain about what the opposite sex likes and live in a delusion, or you can accept what they like, either try to adapt or sit there and say, you know what, I'm chilling, I'm just going to live my life the way that I want to. But this denial, it's just ridiculous. And then to sit there and say like, oh, you know, men's opinions don't matter, my opinion is more important to me. It's like, you're a woman, you're bisexual, you're in an open marriage, and you're a hedonist. You can't comprehend the perspective of an average man. You just can't. You just psychologically cannot understand it. You just can't. So ultimately, that was a W that Myron and Fresh really fucked up. They really could have took that W. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see where Myron and Fresh go from here. Melina looks like she's got a bright future ahead of her in this debate space. She's doing, for the most part, pretty good. I liked her debate with Sneeko about religion. It was really good. She really gave that nigga real smoke. She gave Sneeko real problems in that debate. But in this one, I ain't gonna lie, she fucked up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Myron and Fresh. You know, Myron had that crazy racist freak out. But yeah, I think Melina was wrong about this particular topic. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.